Now, even though Zuckerberg and Meta did have a choice, as we saw there, and obviously they were sort of pushing back on some things, it wasn't an easy or simple one. The easiest thing to do was to comply, which is what they did for literally years. And this letter is not the first time that he's spoken about it. On an appearance with Joe Rogan, he said this about the laptop story.
So we took a different path than Twitter. Basically the background here is the FBI, I think, basically came to us, some folks on our team, and was like, hey, just so you know, like, you should be on high alert. We thought that there was a lot of Russian propaganda in the 2016 election. We have it on notice that basically there's about to be some kind of dump of that's similar to that. So just be vigilant. If something is reported to us as potentially misinformation, important misinformation, we also have this third-party fact-checking program because we don't want to be deciding what's true and false. The distribution on Facebook was decreased, but people were still allowed to share it. So you could still share it, you could still consume it.
So when you say the distribution is decreased,
it got shared.
How does that work?
It basically, the ranking in newsfeed was a little bit less.
We've experienced that. If you know anything about what Daily Wire has been fighting behind the scenes, and also not behind the scenes, where they just, shut off all of your distribution, suddenly you're getting absolutely no views. There's nothing you can do. They're telling you that they're doing that, and they can't really explain why, but they're doing it because it's safe and it's the right thing to do.
A lot of people are still able to share it. We got a lot of complaints that was the case. Obviously this is a hyper-political issue, so depending on what side of the political spectrum, you either think we didn't censor it enough or censored it way too much.
Now, even in that interview, which was a while ago, I feel like there was like a tinge of truth coming out through Zuckerberg, where he was like, well, they said that it was disinformation, and he was definitely treading lightly. It is a completely different man, especially because at the end of this letter to Jim Jordan, he basically said that he would not be getting involved in the upcoming 2024 election because he didn't want to play the same meddling role that he played in 2020. Somebody commented and said, I actually don't think that Zuck is a bad guy. I think that Meta has a lot of bad Democrat actors. He needs to take a stand and clean house. And listen, he might do that. I have no idea. Like, he genuinely seems like a completely different person than he was in 2020. Just last month, in a shocking display, he said in an interview that Trump was badass. Literally something that might have been censored on his platform in 2020.